Okay, I guess we're all set now. Boy, that was close. Here we go. Okay, that was my TikTok imitation. Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're all doing okay. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you had a great weekend. I know that I did. Thank you very much for asking. So today is an exciting day because we're starting a brand new canvas, a new painting today. So that's wonderful. And before we do that, we are going to start off like we usually do by going over to the computer, and we are going to look at what we did on Friday to finish this extraordinary masterpiece. So let's go over here and check this out right away. So we started off the last day of working on our frame, and then we went back and then we did the black outline to our centerpiece, starting off with the sperm, and then we did the red behind it. There we go. Look at those steady hands. Oh my Lord. Anyways, and then after that, we went back and we continued on the little motifs, little flowers, little stars, little starbursts, whatever you want to call them, all around the frame. And of course, we concluded this painting by the signature. So today, what are we going to do? We're going to put away this and ship it off to New York. And then we are going to unroll a new canvas. And I'm not sure how much canvas I have left. That's going to be interesting to find out. I did order a brand new roll, but I haven't heard from them, so I'm not sure if it's arrived yet or not. Anyways, we should have enough to start a new canvas, and then again, maybe we won't. We'll find out. We'll discover that together because everything we do in the studio, we do it together. So I am going to go back. Let me just get my little camera here. Ready? I'm going to go in the back room and find my other roll of virgin canvas. I'm going to leave you with this painting in the background first of all, and then I'm going to go and take a look over here for the canvas. So let me here. I have a little storage room back here, and so here's my roll of canvas, brand new. And then I'm going to bring out my other roll where I will use this. There we go. I'm going to use this to put our old canvas on it. So I'm going to come back here with you and check out this painting one last time because actually I finished this on Friday late afternoon, and then I took off for the weekend and really didn't take that much time to appreciate, to stand back and appreciate this baby. And I've been doing that almost with every of my paintings. So when I do pull them back out, it's like discovering a brand new painting because I really haven't had time to enjoy it. Enjoy them, I should say, actually. So I'm just pulling out all the little staples that were holding this painting to the wall. Come on, baby. There we go. I put these staples on crooked so they're very easy to pull out. There we go. If it's holding like that, it's usually because the paint spilled over onto the wall. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. Little staples. Very good. Very nice. I'll just work my way up here. And I'll just leave the ones in the corners for the time being. Okay, that's very good. I should have one up here or two. There we go. And one more here. And that should do it. I should just have the two staples from my corners. And the rest of the canvas should just kind of just pull out. So, one last look. Yes, it is indeed a beautiful painting, if I may say so. Very nice. Take a look at it from another angle. There we go. Yes, I'm really happy with it. I'm having a hard time putting it away. I mean, today is going to be a very short stream anyways, because we're just going to unroll the new canvas, and then I'm going to put some gesso on it like I always do, and we're going to have to wait for it to dry overnight. So the beginning of a canvas are always like a quick little half-hour stream, and then of course it's at the end of the canvas, like last Friday, I think we were on 2 hours on Friday, and on Thursday we were 2.5 hours. All depends what we're working on. When you're doing little details like all these little guys, well, obviously it takes a few hours. So, come on, Pierre, let's have one more last look. And then we say bye-bye to this guy. Okay, well, as much as I enjoy looking at it, we do have to move on. So, I'm going to be careful as not to damage our little masterpiece here. I'm just going to get this last staple out. There we go. Very carefully roll it on top of this. Now, oops, there we go. It doesn't matter. Slip and slide, slip and slide. There we go. There we go. Let me just get this last staple out of the way. Okay, very good. Farewell, my lovely. See you in the museum. There we go. I make sure I lay them flat on the floor and never store them like this, standing up. Otherwise, the bottom gets crunched. So, how much of a canvas do we have here? We're going to discover that in a minute. I am very quickly going to go over here and grab a broom. Very quickly broom off the accumulation of crap. There we go. Just enough so we can, there, very good. So, where is my canvas? Here it is. Now this is like 57 inches wide, and I usually do 57 inches by 40 inches. I'm not sure I do have the 40 inches on this particular what's left over, so we are going to find out exactly what we have. So I'm just going to switch over to this camera and let's unroll it. And I might be lucky enough to have that same length. In case I do, I'm just going to grab my pencil, my ruler, and my measuring tape. And now I'm all set. And I guess I do need a pair of scissors, which are right here. So we are all equipped. And I definitely am going to have enough for one more painting. This is great. I was almost certain I wouldn't have enough. So, let me just get down on my little knees here. I'm going to just turn the cameras down because the action is actually going to happen on the floor. There we go. So, let's do it like that. I'm going to switch over to here, have the double cameras, just in case it works better. So, let's get the 40 inches, which is also 1.20 meters. Look at that. I am so lucky. Perfect. So 1.20 meters right there. Let's do the same in the middle. 1.20 meters, and it works out to be 40 inches. And then let's get this last corner here. Little crow's foot there, very good. Now let's just, very good. Get the wires out of the way there from the cameras. Make a little straight line. Okay, very good. I'm so happy. And then let's be careful when we're cutting this. This is the part where I usually go so quickly and I screw up. So I'm going to be very careful, make sure it's as straight as possible. All right, very good. Got that done. I'll bring this camera back up to the wall where we're going to staple it in a few seconds. Like that. I am just going to go back here and put away my canvas right here in the corner. I have no idea how much is left. Enough for another interesting size painting. Maybe we'll do something more vertically rather than horizontally. I'm going to go over here now, get my staple gun, just check to make sure I have enough staples for what we're going to do. Yes, I do. And since I'm always more or less doing the same size painting, well, I know exactly where I'm going to put it for it to be nice and straight. I'll just go where I did the other canvas. So that's very cool. Let's bring this guy up. I would say somewhere like right here. Right. Somewhere's like there, maybe. I'll just put in the stick a little bit sideways and step back to make sure it's straight. Honestly, I think it has to go up just a whisker. So I am going to just bring it up like that and check again. That looks pretty good. Just two more here. Check again, make sure the sides are nice and vertical. Yes, that looks very good. Okay, so let's put a little staple there, another staple here, and of course, you have noticed that the canvas already has a coat of primer on there. Unfortunately, this is factory-made primer. It's as thin as paper. It's worthless. So I always put my own coat of gesso on top of that just because the paint sticks to it better. If I paint directly on this crap, it would be like painting on glass or on a mirror. The paint won't stick to it. It will slide. It would glide on top. It wouldn't grab and sink in, and you would see my paint brush marks all over the place. It would be a nightmare. I would have to put 2, 3, 4 coats just if I want something very opaque. I know, I've done it before. So that's why it's worth wasting an afternoon to put on a coat of gesso. And like that, I know that the rest of the painting will work out wonderful. And it's no big deal. I got a can of gesso right here. I'm going to just grab my biggest paintbrush. Wonderful for house painting, but for canvases as well. Just going to put that to soak up for a few seconds. Open up my gesso. There we go. So I'm going to bring the camera back a little bit where it should be. Good old camera number 2. There we go. I'll move my water bottle back here. I'm going to get a nice little spoon here, and I'm just going to work up the gesso, make sure it's all nice and homogeneous. So this is really cool. I mean, this is my, I think 5th or 6th painting since lockdown that we've done live and streamed live every day. Actually, I'll show you a little bit what we've accomplished so far. These are the stream paintings that we've done, since lockdown, actually. So this was based on one of my posters right here. Then we did this painting, which is the same size as the one behind me, 57 by 40 inches, or 1.70 by 1.20. So was this one. And then this was the last painting we did before the previous one. Well, whatever that means. Anyways, another one of my paintings. that we did live. This one was commissioned by Rastaman, so we gave him the red, yellow, and green colors that he loved. The painting that we just put away today. And then we did our first one was this Apsara dancer from Cambodia. So these are all the paintings we did together as we were streaming every day, Monday through Fridays. So let's get back to our gesso, I guess, to our work of today. So let me just work up the gesso a little bit. I mean, this has been such a learning experience. The first, I guess, 5-6 weeks of streaming was such a nightmare because I didn't have half the materials that I needed because of lockdown. I ordered a lot of stuff that just took weeks and weeks to get here because most of them were coming from, guess where? China, of course. So I didn't have a microphone at first. I could only hook up one of my cameras instead of both of my cameras. So it was a real, plus I had to learn a little bit about all the programs, get used to switching cameras around, even turning on my microphone. So it was like a real learning process, I must say. But it has been a blast. I've been having a lot of fun. It's been a great motivator to come in and paint every day. So no regrets. And actually, most people come into my studio or into the building because I'm in a building with 5 flights of studios. And people come and visit other studios. They always pop in, take a look. You know, that's the whole point of this place, is to show our studios as well. And a lot of friends who show up, they can't believe the amount of paintings that we've been cranking out in the studio. So, anyways, we are going to put on the second coat, I guess, of gesso. And out of habit, I'm going to start from the center and work my way to the edges. Now, on a canvas that's stretched on a frame, that's very important because as the gesso dries, it stretches the canvas. Since this is already primed and stapled to the wall without a frame, it's not that important. But out of habit, I still do it. So I'm going to just start here, and I'm just going to go clockwise all the way around as fast as possible because I do want to get to the beginning point before it all dries. So I'm just going to attack this. Just try to put in as biggest strokes as I can. And this is the fun part because it's physical and I don't have to worry about anything. I'm dressed for the part all the way down to my shoes, so I don't care if I splatter paint all over myself. And I just love the exercise. Just doing this, it's just such a blast, and working on a little canvas like that, which I do also once in a while. And I've worked on things that were like little flies, a quarter of an inch big, painting little plastic flies. So I can work on all sizes. It doesn't bother me. I worked on these tiny little flies, and then I glued them either on my canvas, I glued them on my shoes, whatever. So this is going very quickly, as you can tell. I won't be spending a lot of time here doing this. And that's the way it goes. First few days of a new painting goes by very quickly. The streams are very short because obviously once this is completely primed, I can't do anything till it dries. So that's one one dead afternoon, and then the next day, which is tomorrow, I'll do the layout of the painting, which I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'll do the layout, and then we'll start the background. And the background is kind of like the gesso, it's like one coat or maybe two coats, and then you have to wait for it to dry before you even put the second coat and the highlights and the details and whatever. So even though it goes very quickly, I sure talk a lot. That's kind of surprising to be such a blabbermouth. Because usually I'm pretty quiet person. Well, more or less. There we go. That's very cool. And now I'll just get the edges. I guess I could start right here in the middle, and I'll end up right here as well. Just go around. There we go. Get the edges right here as well. I'll just go over here for a few seconds. Okay, let's just put on this. I can hear that a lot of people in the building today. It is a beautiful sunny day. I would say it's about 77 degrees outside. Still quite warm here in southern France. So it's hard to stay home, I guess, on a beautiful day like that. It did kind of rain this weekend. So I guess that brings out people as well. So here we are down, getting near the end here, I guess, already. I did say it goes by fast. So as you see, I do start in the middle, work myself towards the edges. Then at the end, all I have to do is just the edge. There we go. Just pull everything towards the outside. Really not very complicated. Look at that, very nice. I think I just have this little bit here to do and I'm all done. Right here. I'm going to just stand over here for a second so I can use the sunlight through the window to see if I missed any places. Okay, well, looks like I got it all. Very good. All right. So that's very cool. Got all this done. You see my friend Francois, who has the studio next door, he's kind of cleaning his studio up, putting a little order in the house. So bringing his artwork in the hallway so you can clean up a little bit, get some room done. Let's sneak over there and see if we can make it, if our cables will allow us to go that far. I think so. So, I am getting all caught up here in the wiring. So as you can see, it is a little cluttered in there. Piles and piles of painting. Very hard worker. And of course, after that, we have the problem of where do we store all these paintings? So, anyways, let's get back. This is our kind of the hallway of our studio down here. And then up here we have our bathroom. Little bathroom over there. Anyways, I will do eventually a proper tour of the studio because it's always interesting to do. Plus, this is really a very fascinating building that I work in. Like I mentioned, we have 5 flights of stairs. The first floor is basically gallery space. We keep it empty, or if we have a large painting to do, we do it in that area. And then we have a smaller gallery. So we have 2 gallery spaces down where we have our concerts, our art shows, where we invite people from the outside to come and have art shows here. And then when that happens during the opening of the art shows, we open all our studios to people, so people wander up and down, because we do have 5 flights of studio spaces with 2 to 3 studios per flight. So a lot of very exciting place to work at. I mean, this is not the kind of setting that if you're a little artist and you work in your garret. No, this is kind of a collective of artists, and so there's a lot of life going on. I know also, like if you're tired, you go and talk to other people and you see them working. That motivates you, and you come back in and put in another hour. You know, it's a real great motivator. So, anyways, I guess we are coming to the conclusion. As I mentioned earlier, this would be a very short stream. And sure enough, beautiful landscape in Siberia during the winter months. And I'm going to just come over here to the computer to thank you for joining me once again. And also by saying, listen, we'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow's Tuesday. That's the day I do all my paperwork, do my appointments, get rid of all that fun stuff in the morning. And then I'll be back here at 10 a.m. So I hope you'll join me again, and we'll see what we're going to do here, because to be honest with you, I have no idea. I usually go by a color. A color that hits me that I want to see. That will be basically the background. And through the painting, that can change as well, as it did for the last painting we did. I wanted to do the border black. It turned out to be green. I wanted to do the details of the background orange. It turned out to be green as well. So anyways, and what are we going to do here? Well, I have no idea. I have about 18 hours to figure that out until tomorrow. So I'm sure I'll come up with something. Anyways, like usual, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope, as I just mentioned, you'll join me again tomorrow morning. And it should be a blast to see where we're going to go with this. Anyways, I'm going to leave you like usual with my schedule. And by saying, ciao mes amis.